coming up.
We're pretty excited about the opportunity up here with the Ellis Ranch, one of the better ranches in eastern Montana and the West for that matter.
There ain't many of them much bigger than it.
There's 8 miles of the Powder River flowing through the ranch.
Large grassland resources is what makes this property so exceptional.
This ranch is everything that you dream about seeing in Montana and something you've got to see to believe.
A rare opportunity to get your hands on pristine Montana ranch land is next on The American Rancher. Hello and welcome to this special edition of The American Rancher. I'm Pam Minick. Superior Livestock Auction recently partnered with J.T. Haynes and Jenny Weingartner at Triangle Realty in Amarillo, Texas to create the Superior Land Network. This new real estate network accesses Superior Livestock's nationwide cattle marketing platform. Now, when farm and ranch land is listed with a Superior Land Network broker, that listing will be exposed to a national market base that is hardwired to the cattle industry. An example of the Superior Land Network in action is with the Ellis Ranch, 50 miles southeast of Miles City, Montana. Lifelong rancher Gerald Ellis is retiring, and his 46,000-acre ranch is for sale. Gerald's story reflects the hard work and dedication that is necessary to develop a successful cow-calf operation of that size.
When I was in my teens, I used to go to the Shergy wagon, and it was a real good wagon to be on. Bill Green will run it, and you'd eat before breakfast or before daylight, and then about 10 you ate dinner, and about 4 you ate supper. And then if you didn't have to move the wagon, well, you could go play cards or take a nap or tell lies or whatever, you know. And that was really good. But John Scott's wagon was a little different. You didn't sit around there. You kept things rolling, and he'd come and keep rile it up every little few days. And Bruce Reeves was running it at that time, and he was good. Bruce was a very good guy, but if it slowed down, John, he'd come and rile it up and keep it going. And my family come from Bridger, and my mother and dad and my uncle Jess Swin and his wife came from Bridger to St. X in '35, and they started off with about 6 or 7 milk cows apiece, and I don't know how many teams, but quite a few teams, and some wore-out horse machinery that they gathered up around Bridger. And when I was 16, I got kicked out of high school, and I went home and went to work for Dad.
Gerald's father taught him the value of hard work and also how to run a successful ranch. Over the decades, that solid foundation gave Gerald the confidence to develop several successful ranches of his own.
We bought the Sinsbuckle place, and we were there, I think, 12 years or something like that. And then we went to down and bought the Ham Scott place, and that's where we're at now. And when we got the place, there was just a cow camp, and they had corrals made out of cottonwood poles, and it barely would hold a saddle horse. And Mrs. Scott, Ham Scott's wife, owned it at that time. And well, we told her if we would do the work, will you furnish the material? And she did that. She was very good. And we started improving it from that point on. And then after we bought it, well, we just kept on improving it. The water wasn't real good, and we've done quite a little fencing on it and made pastures to make it work better.
There's a high point to the ranch, and it's up on a ridge, and you can look back and see all the diversity in the ranch. And you see the reservoirs, you see the rivers and the creeks and the grassland, and it's just a spot, isn't it?
It is. And I think driving around with Mr. Ellis, Gerald knows every bump in the road on this ranch, and it's just the reminder that as land brokers, we've got to know the business and we've got to know the details, but to really value the land and really understand it, you've got to know the people. And it's just been a privilege to get to know a little bit about their story and to do the best that we can to make sure that we can get it sold for them in the best way possible.
That's right. We're passionate about the land, but we're more passionate about the people.
Gerald was one of the original reps to work for Superior Livestock Auction, and he was the second rep in Montana.
We sold everything on Superior Livestock from the time we got to, well, when it started. I think it was in like whatever year it was. Howard Hawks was the first rep in Montana, and then I got to be a rep right under him for a lot of years. And Superior done me a lot of good, and I sold a lot of cattle on Superior for a lot of years when I was in Broadus. Near not all the neighbors, but almost all the neighbors, and I'd call somebody and tell them about it, and they'd say, "Well, you got to be crazy to do something like that." But then they'd talk around, and in a few days they'd call and say, "Yeah, I think I better do this," and they did, and it just multiplied from that. And
Coming up,
This ranch is everything that you dream about seeing in Montana and something you've got to see to believe.
it's your opportunity to get a big piece of the Big Sky country. That's after the break on The American Rancher.
Hi, I'm Rob Van Pelt with the Mason Horse Ranch Company and Superior Livestock Network. And we're honored today to be here in Miles City, Montana, and be representing the Ellis family in the sale of their Legend Ranch.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. Lifelong cattle rancher Gerald Ellis owns and operates a large cow-calf operation 50 miles southeast of Miles City, Montana. He's retiring from a successful ranching legacy that spans 7 decades. He's put the ranch up for sale, and this could be your chance to make this ranch a part of your legacy.
We've just spent the last, day and a half on the Ellis Ranch, and tell us what you think about the Ellis Ranch.
You know, this ranch is everything that you dream about seeing in Montana. And for those of you that know the country, you know how beautiful eastern Montana is. For those that don't, it's something you've got to see to believe.
The Ellis Ranch is located in southeastern Montana in what's known as the Powder River country. It's approximately 46,000 acres in total, with over 36,000 deeded. The scattered state and BLM is, you pretty much operate it like it's your own. The Ellis family done a good job of setting the ranch up to make it a balanced ranch.
The ranch flows. The cattle, winter down on the river bottoms, and then they move themselves back up to the higher country in the summer, and then reverse that in the fall, move back down to the feed grounds. It's just one of those ranches that there's just a good feeling about it all around. I think that it sustains itself real well.
It's a vast grassland resource, just a tremendous amount of grass produced on this ranch. You know, the heavy clay soils and adequate moisture just produce a tremendous amount of grass with different grass species. The large grassland resources is what makes this property so exceptional.
I think it's important to note that there's 8 miles of the Powder River flowing through the ranch. #1 source of water. In addition, they've through the years have gone through and brought more water sources into the ranch through wells.
The ranch was blessed with artesian water, which if you ranch in eastern Montana, winter water is a critical element.
There's 7 artesian wells on the ranch alone, plus the wells that they've drilled and the water lines and pipelines. It's really a well-watered ranch. And almost every one of the draws and coulees you can see off behind us here have water in them.
The live water on it flows through the ranch for over 10 miles, providing livestock water as well as a reservoir down at the headquarters, which provides irrigation water for about 400 acres of laser-leveled farmland.
Yeah, that reservoir that we irrigate out of at the bottom of Alkali, every year we'd kind of raise that dam, it seemed like, and right now it's full, and there's about 3 years of irrigating water in there if they don't get another drop in it. It's just free water. And even that you pump out of the river is free too, except your expense of doing it, at no charge to the water.
And they have pumping stations to pump water directly out of the Powder River onto that 400 acres, as well as about 340 acres of pivot irrigated lands. The Ellises have run around 2,300 cows on the ranch. They put in bunk line feeding systems for efficient way to feed your cattle.
We grind all of our feed and feed it in them fence line feed bunks, and there's 3,000 feet of that, and that'll feed 1,500 head of cows. And that way it's just easy. You don't have to be out in the mud or, deep snow, and you just drive along there and put it out.
Gerald says he's grazed as many as 2,500 units over the years, but typically the Ellises run about 2,000 pairs.
One thing that was impressive yesterday is we're on the ranch, and you wonder where 1,700 cows could be located there. The cows scattered by themselves out through the draws and the hills. So it's just so easily maintained and supports that many livestock without anything gathering on the bottoms.
There's a lot of other amenities to the ranch. The recreation, tremendous big game, principally mule deer and white-tailed bucks, but also antelope bucks. Elk have come through here occasionally. It just hasn't been, they just haven't migrated out far enough to get to this part of the Powder River breaks. But this ranch would have what people would be looking for in terms of monster muleys. I wouldn't think it would be hard to find a 200-point mule deer out in this country. Big whitetail down on the Powder River, just some monster whitetails. So it has a lot of hunting resources. They do have some reservoirs they've stocked fish in. So there's if you want to take a Sunday afternoon fishing trip, you can do it right here on the ranch.
It's a good place. It's one of the better ones in Montana right now. There ain't many of them much bigger than it. And it's just a place that you started off and you just made it home. And when somebody buys us out and wants some help or advice on what we've been doing and how to run it, somebody will be there to help them and tell them. The first place that I bought and brought us, a guy come from Big Timber there and bought it, and he was pretty green, and I told him when he bought it that I would, one of us would be there when he needed help, and it turned out that where there was one of us there most of the summer getting him through it. And then he got going, and he does a heck of a job now, and I'll do the same thing with somebody comes and buys this.
We feel the Ellis Ranch is giving you an opportunity to own one of the finest ranches in eastern Montana. For more information, please go to ranchland.com or the Superior Land Network.
Coming up.
We're pretty excited about the opportunity up here with the Ellis Ranch, one of the better ranches in eastern Montana and the West for that matter.
See how Superior Land Network brings buyers and sellers together with the power of the nation's largest cattle marketing network. You're watching The American Rancher. Stay with us.
If you're looking to buy or looking to sell farm or ranch land anywhere in the United States, we'd be honored to talk with you about it and love to visit with you. You can visit our website at superiorland.com or give us a call. We'd just love to talk to you about it.
Welcome back to The American Rancher. The Ellis Ranch outside Miles City, Montana is for sale. Thousands of acres of prime ranch land are well developed and ready to work for new owners. The property is listed by Mason & Morse Ranch Company, a land brokerage where John and Rob are partners. Mason & Morse is part of the Superior Land Network, a nationwide partnership of proven, results-oriented real estate brokers that specialize in farm and ranch properties. Superior Livestock Auction plays a key role because property listed by brokers within the Superior Land Network have access to SLA's nationwide base of potential buyers who are laser focused on the cattle industry. When the customer of a Superior rep wants to buy or sell property, that rep will put them in touch with the Superior Land Network, and a partner broker will take it from there. One example is the Ellis Ranch.
You know, the benefits of the Superior Land Network are multifaceted. You know, they've got 400 representatives on the ground talking to people, hearing about the potential for real estate deals, and the Superior Land Network gave them an avenue to capitalize on those opportunities. On the other side, you know, when we have a new client buy a ranch, we can introduce them to the Superior Network so that you know, they can get the benefits of what Superior Livestock has to offer.
The Superior Land Network is based on the same premise that Superior Livestock was based on, you know, 30-something odd years ago when they started, and that is to get the most value for their clients, period. But also in that, you've got to take care of both sides. It's got to be a win-win for the buyer and the seller. And so they've done that for 30+ years, and that's what we're going to continue on with Superior Land Network. So not only the livestock is taken care of, but their land needs as well.
You have a large nationwide marketing network that we can put our listings into. So it just gives increased exposure for our clients. You know, the more the better when it comes to exposing property to the marketplace.
And I think from the beginning of Superior Livestock, they were committed to and continue to be committed to hard work and honesty and getting the best result for their clients. And that's why we're so excited to be able to branch that same trusted reputation and that brand out to serve the needs of landowners. Whether they're looking to buy or looking to sell, we're here to help those landowners navigate their way through to find the perfect property and to make sure that we get them in the right place to continue on and create their own new memories. When we started this company, the Superior Land Network, you know, we had lots of ideas of what would be the great properties to market and who would be the great brokers. We've just hit it out of the ballpark with this Ellis Ranch listing, and we've got the story of one of the original Superior Livestock Auction reps in Montana and how he's grown with the company and how Superior Livestock has helped his business. And now we're just honored to bring Superior to the table to try to help him bring value to another piece of his life in his ranching legacy. We've got the perfect network partner on this.
We became a partner with Superior Land Network a little over a year ago. We met Jenny and JT and liked the idea of being affiliated with Superior Livestock and being able to help their reps out and help their company out at the same time benefiting our clients and their clients. It's a great process where the rep is able to, you know, tell people about the land network so that they can get us in touch with their clients. And also we're able to, when we get a new owner on a ranch, we can kind of tell them about the benefits that Superior Livestock brings for selling their livestock as they get started.
You know, among the land brokers that we've brought on as network partners, we're really honored to have the team at Mason & Morris Ranch Company on board. They've got a growing team of brokers throughout the western United States, servicing a number of states that just know the business. In their respective areas, they are the expert on the land and on the business operations that can run there, on recreation, and they know how to market a property to serve a seller's need.
And the thing about Mason & Morris Ranch Company, not only do they know the business and they're good at what they do, but they care about the people. And that's what, at the end of the day, you got to care about the people and you got to do the best you can for your clients that you're serving, and that's knowing the business and understanding all the whys and how to better service them.
We currently have about 15 brokers in our company. We're licensed in 15 states and do business in about 30 of them. We've specialized in farms, ranches, and recreational land properties. We'll sell a big hunting ranch in the mountains as well as a fly fishing ranch in Montana or Colorado or Wyoming. But the big production ranches that's our forte. That's what we enjoy. We love getting out on these big places and seeing what really makes them work. So yeah, we're pretty excited about the opportunity up here with the Ellis Ranch, one of the better ranches in eastern Montana and the West for that matter.
Ranches like this is just a great testament of a big place that we're looking for the right owner to carry on for multiple generations to come.
I look back and think about Dad and Mom coming to Bighorn, St. X there in '35 with like 6 or 7 milk cows and several teams and an old pig and a few chickens. And I think we've come a long ways since then. It comes a time when everything changes, and you gotta go with it. We've got a really good ranch that we want to sell, and I think we can all retire after it. I didn't think I'd ever sell out. I thought I would die first, but I've outlived it.
To learn more about the Ellis Ranch or other properties listed with the Superior Land Network, log on to superiorland.com or call 806-324-7949. That's all the time we have for this show. To find out more about us, log on to theamericanrancher.com or connect with us on Facebook. I'm Pam Minick for the entire American Rancher team. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
That was Superior.